Hello all and welcome to the latest Craftmania Sunday Showcase. I'm Jamie and I'm going to be your host today as I take you through some brand new products. And of course this being a Sunday Showcase means that we have some really brilliant offers for you as well. What we're going to be looking at today is Waterfall cards. Now this is the little mechanism here, if you haven't seen these before. These all sit flat, so if you do want to post your cards it's not a problem. But when your recipient takes the card out, they can just give this a little pull and each of the little pictures will just fan back on itself to give you that effect and show you all of these different images. Isn't that beautiful? And so easy to do. The actual cards and mechanisms are really easy to set up too. I've got two different bundles we're going to be looking at shortly and lots of different bits to go with them. But before we go off on them tangents, I wanted to actually show you how easy it is to make these because they're really not that hard. And I know a few of you might look at that and think that's going to be really, really awkward to do, but it really isn't. So, what you're actually going to be receiving is these mechanism sheets. Now on them, you get 3 different bars ready to build. Now, very cleverly, they've actually put the one in the middle with all the instructions on, so you can follow it quite easily. But it actually looks worse wrote down and much more complicated than it really is. So I've got one here to show you. We just pop this out, because they're die cut, they literally just lift straight out. You don't have to worry about cutting them out, they just pull out of the actual sheet. And then as you can see here, we have lots of different bits that are already pre-scored. So they're on my bar here. Now it's a good idea to actually take them and just crease against them right now. It will help you in a little while to make your mechanism work easier. Now what I'm going to do is take some double-sided tape, and between each of the score lines, I'm just going to put one little line of this. Now you could be a little bit neater with this if you wish to be in your own time, but I don't want to bore you by taking forever to create this, because it is really, really easy. And then we're just going to do another one there. And we're just going to lift them bits off and adhere our pictures. Now one of the good bits with the pictures is there's loads of different pictures I'm going to show you, by the way. We have trains and flowers and swans and butterflies and all sorts. But I've actually got one of the beach sets here to begin with to show you. Now these I've cut out already from my sheets. When you actually get your sheets, you'll get A4 sheets like this. That should have all your different images on. One of the nice bits is they've left quite a wide white part between the pictures. So if you do want to cut them out and leave the white around the edge to give you a mat already in place, you can do. I've actually cut mine out flush with the image because on a lot of my samples I'm going to show you today, I've matted and layered and did different things with them, and I preferred that than just the white. But you certainly can if you wish to use the white, or if you don't want to actually use all of your images for the mechanisms, you can of course use them like this as different toppers and bits for your cards. They don't have to go to these. So, but we'll come to that in a little while. We'll chat more about that shortly. So now I've popped my tape onto here, I'm now going to take the back of the bar and I'm going to bend it round and post it through the little slit that's already been cut in the T. So that can just go through there ready, and that's then the bit that we'll pull on to get our images to come down. You then take your images and you just adhere them going up to the score line. You don't want to go over the score line or under the score line, you want to go literally right up to that line. So I'm just going to take these and stick these overlapping onto each one of them. See, this isn't too complicated, is it? We can do this. On with the next one. And then let's go for our boat one. And these are lovely, especially where we're located by the seaside here in Lowestoft and Yarmouth. These are great for the coastal seasons, especially with summer just round the corner. Make nice men's cards as well, don't they, these sort of beachy themes. Give them a little push so that they're nice and adhered down. And then all you do is pull against your tab like we showed you earlier, and you can see that they'll all move back and forth. Now because of the bar you're pulling through, this needs to still move. When we come to putting this onto our card, we have to be a little bit more careful where we're going to glue. Because obviously if we glue anything to do with that bar, nothing's going to move. You're going to pull, nothing will go nowhere. So turn it over and you can see where the bar goes down through the slit into the actual mechanism here. And this is the bit that we can actually glue. Now I'll be honest, with mine I tend to glue gun them on just because I'm a bit more heavy handed. But we'll do tape for now, it's not a problem. Tape will hold them. So all we've done is done glue underneath or tape underneath where the slit is. You can also do a little bit more at the top here if you wish to, but I don't want to keep you waiting. And then all we do is find your card and pop that down. Try and centralise it a little bit, not that it really matters, and give it a little push. And now we have it on the card, and you can, let's hold it up so you can see. And then when you pull against it, it will just go back underneath that bar and flat against the card itself. Now, I'm not a big fan of having these bars exposed, so I like to cover them up. Now, you can do this in a couple of ways. You can put a piece of card over the top of this, again, making sure not to stick anything to this tab, or I quite like doing ribbons over the top of mine. So on a lot of mine, I've just put ribbon over it. So again, we're going to glue over the top of the slit this time, and we're going to go down beside each part of that pull bar. So not gluing basically over the top of the bar. So I'll take these ones off again. Ooh, come here, you. And I have a bit of ribbon to hand to do this with. And then we're just going to lay the ribbon over the top. And of course you could trim this off if you wish to and fold it round. And then that way you've covered up that mechanism quite nicely, but you've still got the pulley bit working for your actual mechanism to work. So there's many ways you can do it anyway, but that's how I've done quite a few of mine, and you're going to see that through quite a few of my examples. So I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing we can do with them as well, and bear this in mind as we look through the images, like on this one I've glittered them. We also have a different option. We have these little shapes as well. These are peel-off sheets like these down here. They come in clear or they come with a glitter on top of them. And the glitter ones again are a clear glitter, so you can stick these over your images and it won't cover them up. So if you have a little look here, I'm just going to peel one off of the sheet and you can see behind it my finger, hopefully. These are 99p a sheet, by the way, so if you do want to add these onto your order, or if you come in store, of course you can add them on. They're slightly smaller than the actual images on the sheets, but they do actually do quite a nice job of going over the top of these and giving you a bit of a glittery sort of effect if that fits in with your scheme. Or of course you can use the ones that are see-through with no glitter, and it will just give you a nice frame to them instead. So they're available if you wish to dress them up. Don't have to, certainly don't need it, but if you want to you can do. And obviously then just cut round them instead of opposed to the actual frame on them. But just to give you a different option of ways that we can play about with these if you wish to. So then, let's have a little look through your bundles. So as I said earlier, we have two different bundles. You have bundle A and bundle B. And then of course we have a lovely mega deal that we can put them all together for you if you simply can't choose. But let's have a look at them as separates and then we'll chat from there. So I've already given you a little bit of a sneaky peek at our swan sheet. This is your complete set of swans all on one sheet. Now you will see a card I've made with some of these, but do have a good look at them because I've only used 6 of the images from these, and obviously as you can see you're going to get 18, which is great because it means each sheet will actually make 3 different waterfalls if you wish to. So value for money wise, these are really good for that as well. The next sheet in Bundle A is the Northern Lights and Frosty Trees, which is just beautiful. And I know a lot of you are doing Northern Lights style cards with just stress inks at the moment. What a lovely thing to pop on top of them would be these beautifully done pictures with a little bit of realism too. And the trees are just beautiful. I have actually made a Christmassy style card for you today as well, which I know is a bit naughty, especially as it's still only February, but I had the images, so that's my excuse. I've gone with it. We also then have a lovely train set, which of course is lovely for men as well. One of the cards I actually see they'd used the wedding bell wording on the side of the train and actually made it into a wedding card, so it's not only for men, there's a lot we can do with them too. I know trains are quite popular Harry Potter fans as well, so you could certainly go down that side of it as well if you wanted to. Again, you're going to get your 18 images giving you 3 waterfalls on that one. Then we have our white summer flowers, which are just beautiful. There's loads and loads of options on there and lots we could do with them. Of course, don't forget, you don't have to use them as their sheets. We can, of course, mix and match images, so you don't have to just keep them as each different theme. If you want to cross them, you certainly can. We then have another sheet of flowers. I quite like this one as well because it's got a bit of gardening going on at the bottom. So we all know somebody who's into gardening, don't we? So they're quite a nice idea for them with the pots and the greenhouse and that. And beautiful flowers as we move up. I'm covering up a little bit here. I've just got so much today, I'm actually running out of table space to show you all of these. You also then get a sheet of text. Now these are great if you want to add these onto like the last part of your pulley. You can certainly do that, or if you wish to use them somewhere else on your card, or even use them on the insert, it'll all look quite nice and matching size-wise. Now, there is actually another one of these in Bundle B, so you might want to have a good look at this because it might help make up your mind if you are just going to pick one bundle But you've got lots of different texts on here with lots of different occasions. So they're pretty good really, because there's a good mix. In with Bundle A, you will then get all of the pulleys you need, the actual mechanisms. So you're going to get 6 sheets of these, which means that between all of this you can actually make up 18 different pulleys. So really, really loads and loads to do. Brilliant value. This set, just for Bundle A, if you do just wish to buy a bundle, Bundle A is just £10. Now normally these should be £11.88 if you was to buy them individually or anywhere else. But of course, this being a Sunday showcase, you can buy Bundle A for just £10. So with that in mind, let's have a little look at Bundle B. For those of you that are going to pick between them, you need to see the other options. So Bundle B consists of your first sheet being all beautiful flowers with an awful lot of butterflies mixed in for good measure. Now I didn't actually get to use this sheet today because I just simply ran out of time. As I'm sure you can imagine, with so many sheets and so many pulleys, there was only a limit of how many cards I could make. But it's a really lovely sheet and I know you're going to like that one even before I've done anything with it. So I've left that one be, but it is a beautiful one. Moving on, we have British Countryside Images is what this one's called, or something along them lines, and it's lovely again. It really is quite a beautiful setup. Lots of different people I could think of sending this one to, because it's got so many different images and they're just so picturesque and so lovely. Obviously there might be the odd one you might not feel you want to use. I'm not so sure about the sheep, but depending who you're sending them to, you might have somebody who likes sheep, but we won't go there. We won't ask questions. Moving forward, we have another one of flowers. This one you've got some beautiful poppies on it, and then a lovely pink set of flowers and some purples. So really beautiful. I love the scenes in this one as well. Really lovely. Moving on to your 4th sheet in Bundle B, we have this really nice beach scene. Now, you'll remember them from the one that we made. A lot of these are on the ones that I actually worked with. So you've got your different boats and scenes going on that one. The beach huts are actually used on one of my cards, so I'll get to show you them shortly. And then for your last picture sheet as such in this bundle, we have the beautiful pink roses and matching flowers. Now you see the pink roses on the card where I show you at the very beginning with a pulley, but we'll come back to that and have a little look at that in more detail shortly. And as promised, we do have a sheet of text for this one too, so slightly different options to your last one, and quite lovely. As you may have twigged, some of the designs actually work quite well, so if you do end up with both of them, for instance, you've got On Your Birthday on one side and Make-A-Wish on the other in the same style, so that you could certainly use one on the inside and one on the outside of your card if you wanted to. So again, if you do end up with both bundles, there's quite a lot you could do with that, having both. Again, you're going to get 6 sheets of your pulley mechanisms, because of course you're going to need another 18 of these to work with all of these pictures. So again, Bundle B is £10 on its own. If you was to purchase it separately or elsewhere, it would be £11.88. So again, you're saving quite a nice little £1.88 on your offer. But if you can't pick and you want all of them, which if you've lost count actually means you get 24 sheets in total, you can buy all of that for just £16.99. Now normally this would cost you £23.76, so you're saving £6.77. Now this offer is only valid for this week and this week only, which means it will end at 5 PM on Saturday the 24th of February 2018. This is an introductory offer as well, so don't forget these are brand new products we're looking at, and they're just beautiful, aren't they? But let's have a look at a few of the cards I've made with them, and hopefully that might help you pick if you're trying to decide between Bundle A or Bundle B, or might just push you over the edge a little bit and make you decide you need all of it, which I wouldn't blame you for. So, my first card, I've gone for the Northern Lights collection, just because I really wanted to work with that. I thought that was really beautiful. So just so you can see them actually work, because I think it's only fair that you get to see the pulley bit. It's quite a simple card. I haven't gone overly complicated today. They're all quite easy, but I just wanted to show you how you could make some really lovely toppers and card bits with them quite simply. Now, as I said to you earlier, I haven't cut round mine leaving the white edge. I've actually cut the white edge off on most of them. So instead of the white edge on this one, I've got silver mirror board and then like a teal style Centura Pearl cardstock underneath it. Now it is wise to keep these flat. I know it's very tempting to pad these bits, but obviously when we pad them it makes quite a lot for it to sort of pull back on itself. So you do want to keep it relatively flat so it isn't too heavy just because it will be problematic trying to go back on itself. But yeah, 2 levels is absolutely fine, and they're both quite thick cards, so you don't have to worry about that either, but it hopefully gives you quite a nice effect. At the end here, just to give you a different idea, I've tied some beads onto a bit of ribbon to use as my pulley. So nothing too complicated, but hopefully quite a fun card. Moving on, we have a train one. So this time, this is a different idea as well. I like the fact the bars are white, but I also wanted to show you could colour them. So on this one, I've used metallic gilding polish and just coloured the whole bar, the whole mechanism, so you can see that it's all coloured just so it matches in more with my actual card. You don't have to colour them, but if you want to, you can. You could, of course, stamp over them if you wanted to as well. I was quite tempted to stamp a script over one of mine, but I just didn't have time for that. You could also use distress inks on them. There'd be no problem with that either. So if you want to colour them in and tone them into your cards, instead of having the white cardstock, of course you can. They're not available in any other colours. It isn't an us choice, it's a them choice, I'm afraid. So white is the only one that's available, but why not colour them? Play about with your inks and that. Give them a different idea. So the train one, we have the different images, and I'll just do that a bit slower so you can actually see all of our different parts on that one too. I love the little engine room one, I think that's lovely. And then there's the little trains at the end as well. And then of course I've just used little die cuts of suitcases on the side, stamped a little message, and I stuck some card in the back of it. Now the card here, I haven't actually got them to show you, but I'll tell you about them and I'll point them out as we go through. This is a new card that we're stocking. It comes in about 50 different options and it's on offer. You get, they're A4, it's actual cardstock, and you get 12 for £5. You can buy them individually at 49p, but they're available in store and online, and there's a few of them I've used throughout today, so I'll point them out as we go. Moving on to my next card, we have gone for a side stepper card. Now I'm going to talk to you about the actual card blanks in a moment, but this is one of the first ones I did today using these. And you'll notice this time I've gone for a side stepper, as in the actual parts over here with a stepper to the side. There is a couple of different options, I'll show you them shortly. This time I've gone for the frosty trees. Now I've gone for sort of a winter, autumny sort of Christmas style without being too Christmassy, hopefully. But I have stuck poinsettias on it, so I've probably blown that, and I know it's early because it is only February, so I apologise. But the images are too lovely to leave in the sheet, I just had to show them to you. So again, this time we've got a little pulley. This time I've put them on silver Centura pearl, just to give you a different idea. And again, you can see that one worked quite nicely. It's also worth noticing that the die down the side here, this branch die, we've been out of stock for this for quite a while, but it's back in stock. It's £13.49, which isn't the cheapest die in the world, but they're a really nice cutting die and they're Teflon coated, so it just pops straight out. Again, that's online and in store if you'd like to get one of those. But I love them. My mum actually says it's the most ugliest die we sell. And she's probably right, it doesn't look too pretty, but I use it all of the time because if you can hide it into all of your floral displays, and especially when it does come to Christmas, it makes lovely Christmas tree branches to hang baubles off of, and you can ink them up really nicely and glitter them. There's quite a lot you can do with it. So it's one of my favourite dies, and you do get to see that quite a lot on a showcase, but I don't often mention it because it's very rare we have it in stock. So get that one while you can if you like the look of it. Moving on, we have one of our horizontal, I always get vertical and horizontal confused, sorry. Horizontal pulls. So same mechanism, just pop your images on the opposite direction. This time we have the swans, which of course you got to see. Again, I've tied some beads onto my little pulley bit, and again we can just pull that one through. Oh, come here. There we go. Just to reveal the images. In the background is a new embossing folder. Again, brand new. On the website or in store, only £5.99, pretty much the size you see it as, but a really lovely embossing folder, so you might want to check that out while you're having a little look about as well. And then of course around the side here we have our flowers. Now I use this flower all the time. This time I've cut them out of parchment. It's this set of dies here, and that one's only £7.99. It's a beautiful daisy style flower, but perfect to match in with my swans, hopefully. Moving on, we have our last card that's made from Bundle A. So hopefully by now you're getting an idea if you like Bundle A or not. This time we've gone for the white flowers down the side. And again, our little mechanism just pulls to reveal all of our little pictures. Aren't they lovely? I still can't go over them. I think they're so clever. Just to think it's folded card. It looks like I've spent so much time and effort creating that, when really we all now know that I've just popped it out of a little sheet. So simple. Again, we've gone for a sidestepper card. On the back of this one, we've got our large doilies that you will have hopefully have seen on our showcase a couple of weeks ago. This is actually one of the smallest in the pack. You get 12 different doilies in a packet for just £1. And then on the front here, we have lots of flowers and leaves created from this die cut, which is only £6.99, and it gives you the 3 different sizes, the leaves and the little bit to go in the middle of the flowers if you wish to use them, although I've gone for gems in mine instead. Now the sidestepper cards, I said we would get to them in a little while. These are your 3 different options. So we have the far sort of thin stepper like you just see on the card I show you. We have the wider far stepper like the wintry Christmassy style card I did. Or we have the middle stepper. Now I haven't done any middle steppers today, but I do often use them as well. You get 5 cards and envelopes in a packet for just £2, and they all come in white or cream. These weren't on the website, but we have added them, so they are in the Sunday Showcase part if you wish to purchase them on your orders, and of course they're available in both stores as well. Moving on, let's show you Bundle B. So I'll give you a little glimpse of this one already, but we'll go back and have a little bit more of a look. So again, here we've got one of the pinstripe papers that you should see on your offers as well. The last card I didn't tell you, but the pinstripe in the back of that's also on offer as well. So there is lots of options for this, but this is one of those. And then we've just got our ribbon going across the middle, how I show you to do. Added a few pearls to this, and then actually on my picture I've used a quickie glue pen and some iridescent glitters just to give them a little bit of an extra sparkle and a bit more detail to the rose. I think that one looks particularly lovely because it's just got lots of detail actually in the picture that could be highlighted. But of course you could add more or less if you wish to. Then at the end I've got my To a Special Girl sentiment that comes off of one of our sheets. This does actually come off the sheet that comes in Bundle B, but of course if you do end up with Bundle A as well, there's a lot of options in that one too. And we'll pop that one back up there, and that's that card. And then I wanted to show you these two, because as I said when we looked at these a little while ago, you don't have to use all of your images to make the waterfalls with if you don't want to. So I've just used 3 of the images from our rose sheet, and I've just layered them on some card, added some ribbon. I've got more of the card in the background here off of your offers that you'll be able to see there, your 12 for £5 sheets. Not my favourite card, but I think that's more what I did to it than actually the images. I think the images are lovely, and again with the glitter it really gives them a nice idea. But it's just a quick, very quick thrown together card to show you that you could use the images for other things. Now the good bit is as well, as if you do use the images for other things, that's going to mean you're going to end up with empty waterfalls, because the images are gone, so you've got waterfalls that are free to use with other things. Now there's no reason why you can't make your own tabs for these. If you were lucky enough to get the pads from last week's Sunday Showcase, I know lots and lots and lots of you did, we still have a few of them left and they're still on offer. So if you haven't seen that showcase yet, do make sure you give that one a look as well, because they're beautiful pads, and a lot of the images on them and the papers from them could make some really, really, really stunning waterfalls. So if you do end up with like this, with a few left over, why not do something like that, or stamp your own items? There's loads of options to make them. I've also seen quite a few of these done in scrapbook albums where they've added their own family photos to them as well. So you could go down that route as well, depending on what you wish to do. Moving on to another card. So this one is a little bit more of a Scottish style theme with my tartan going on. The tartan again is another one of your offer cards. I've gone for a horizontal pulley system again. And we, oh, come here. You don't like being held up in the air. One-handed. But there's your different pictures going through there. Now this is the one that comes, or all of these images are the ones that come off of the sheep with a sheep on. So don't be put off by the sheep. There is a lot on there that you could still use. I love these. I love the little house. And I love the train as well. And again, the train on the bridge in this sheet would certainly work well with the train images from Bundle A as well if you wanted to. And with this one, it's just a twisted easel. I've just stamped my little postcard and little fob watch, heat embossed them and painted them in with some distress inks just to match in with that sort of travel-y style theme. Moving on to my next card. Now this time I've gone for lots of the floral collection out of this sheet. I want to actually show you this sheet because there's so many floral sheets. You might get a bit bamboozled by them. But I've gone and put the glittery peel-offs over the top of them to give them that frame. So you're going to get that really nice gold frame and you've got that really nice glittery image to the top of it as well. And again, we've just got that little pulley bit here to show you all of the different images. Aren't they lovely? I love them with the glitter on, and I quite like them with the gold edge around it as well. But that's quite simple to do, and then the card just opens up. This gorgeous floral paper that's in here is actually card, and that's another one of the ones that are on your offer. And then I've just used little peel-offs in the corners and a few lines just to match in with my peel-offs on the outside. Down the front here, on the actual pulley bit, I've actually added a button to this. Now these buttons, I don't know if you've seen them, they've come in this week. And we've got quite a few options for these. Again, they're on the website and they're in both stores. You get 10 buttons in a packet for just £1. So it's making them only 10p a button. They look metal, but they're plastic, so you can just cut the shank off the back of them, and then they make perfect stick-ons for bits like this or just embellishments. This is one of the smaller ones, but there's about 10 different designs of buttons, and there's more coming, so do keep an eye on them. But they're lovely for that. Some of the smaller ones also make perfect centres for flowers if you're going to make like the foam flowers or paper flowers, so you might want to look at them. But I did like that as a little pulley bit. I thought that looked quite stylish and certainly tied in with the gold on my frames. On to my last card sample for today. This is the beachy one. Now don't forget, when we made our very first sample, I used some of the images from that sheet. Here's just a few more of them. So this time you're getting to see some of the beach huts and the chairs and the sea and the pier and the boats. Lovely little set on that one. And this time I've just added some little twine to pull onto my actual pulley system. And just a 12 by 12 sheet. This isn't one of the ones that's on the offer, but it's one of the papers you'll find in store. We actually carry about 2,000 different 12 by 12s, and this is just one of the ones that's hidden away in our collections. So you might want to dig that one out and have a little look at it. It also comes in red as well, but lots of different beachy papers are hidden there. So that's that. And then again, another ribbon going across the middle of it just to hide that little bar bit. So that concludes all of your cards today. So just to run you through it once again, they were your cards from Bundle B. We had a little look at Bundle A earlier. If you wish to, you can buy each bundle separately for just £10. They'd normally cost you £11.88. Or if you can't decide and you want all of them, you can buy them all, which is 24 sheets in total, for just £16.99. That should normally cost you £23.76p, which means you're saving £6.77. This offer ends at 5 p.m. on Saturday the 24th of February 2018. Thank you so much for watching today. As always, if you have enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you'll share it, that's wonderful, please do. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel. This week we actually broke 500 subscribers. I think at the time of filming this we're on about 520, which is just absolutely massive, so thank you so much for that. We really are always so chuffed when they go up and up and up, and it's lovely to see, so thank you for subscribing to our channels. All of the cards from today will be put on our Pinterest page as well, so if you do want to pop on there and pin your favourites, you can certainly go back to them and have a little look at a later date. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask us. I will certainly do my very best to answer them for you. As always, all of the items you've seen on today's Sunday Showcase are available on our website, and you can of course pop on there and have them sent to you anywhere in the world. We literally receive orders for literally everywhere all over the world nowadays, which is amazing. So thank you very much for that. If you do wish to have them sent internationally, have a look at our frequently asked questions page on our website, and that will tell you how that works. If you are in the UK and you wish to have anything sent to you, then that's a little bit easier, so I'll chat about that. All of your orders, if they're above £35, you get free P&P to anywhere in the UK. If it's below £35, then there's just a flat rate of £2.75 postage to be paid, which isn't too bad, is it? And it certainly means you can get your hands on lots of fun goods like these. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all next week when we have another brand new Sunday Showcase for you. Bye for now.